Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. I'm going to do a full review of Alien. We're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a review of issues 1, 2, and 3 consecutively so we can kind of see where the story's going. I've had a number of you contact me about the different types of reviews, and I kind of figured, you know what, let's just try this and see what you guys think. So we're going to start with issue number 1. I'm going to do it. I did do a full review of just issue number 1, but I think this might be a little bit better to do it all together. So the one thing that I can tell you is that Phillip Kennedy Johnson and Salvador Larroca, this is a really nice book. I'm very happy what Marvel's doing with this. The story starts out, they kind of get introduced to, probably the lore of what Alien is. Most of us have seen the movies, read the other comic books, we probably also deal with the Predator stuff, but they kind of introduce something known as the Queen, and that's what she gets kind of referred to in this. We get introduced to the main character of this, Gabriel Cruz. He's retiring from the Epsilon Station. And of course, his doctor, his therapist basically is Bishop, who we all know and love as a character from the movies and, some of the other books. He's retiring. He basically gets put off in the sunset. We don't know if he chose to retire quite or if he was kind of forced to retire. But anyway, he retires. It gives a nice little brief overview here, talking about the history of Weyland-Yutani, basically dealing with LV 426 that the Nostromo had gone to. It says the year's now 2020. So basically, this takes place 98 years, so close to 100 years later. The cover was done by InHyuk Lee. They're just beautiful looking covers. So anyway, we get introduced to what winds up being his son. He's like, "Hey son, how you doing? Come on in. I haven't seen you in 20 years." You see that work was more important, so while Gabriel was up doing stuff up on the station, his son was being raised by his mother or Gabriel's wife. They didn't have a whole lot of contact, so they give you some of the good little interesting history behind it. And the son comes in, but there's some ulterior motives. He actually goes in and looks for a data card that he swipes from his dad, obviously so he can get back onto the station. And he's Gabriel's trying to make an effort. We're not sure why he chose now or why the retirement, but it's a pretty interesting backstory. And his son's like, "Nah, I got things to do, I'm going to turn in." And he's trying to explain, "I'd give anything to have that back, kid. I came here to try and get you back, you little shit." They get into a big argument. He goes, "Yeah, that's cool. You just cared about money more than me." That's about it. So the kid wasn't there to really make amends. You can see he stole it. It's the Wayne data card, so it's going to gain him access. The artwork in this is just fantastic. You do kind of like what looks like a flashback. And then he gets, he goes into therapy in his Bishop, but it's a different Bishop, obviously. But they do upload all their information, so what one Bishop knows, the other one knows about him. So that's actually, it's kind of it humanizes them. They're not just two-dimensional figures. Then back up at the Epsilon Station, you can see a crew that's up there working. They're kind of just chilling, and they're like, "Hey, a maintenance pod has shown up." "Well, we're not expecting a maintenance pod." "Well," he goes, "it can't be a maintenance pod." "Well, it is." "Yeah, I don't think you're right. And we're going to go check it out." Boom. Oh, both of them get wiped out. Look at that. Oh, and look who it is. It's the girl and his Gabriel's son, and their little team of, I don't know, you could call them eco-terrorists. They want to know what's going on up there. They think there's some top secret stuff going on. So anyway, they're infiltrating the Epsilon Station. They get, oh, look what they find. They find tubes. He goes, what is this, a server farm? Why would they have a biology lab up here? No government oversight. I was sure it was a cyber warfare outfit, but now I'm thinking bioweapons. She's like, well, this doesn't change anything. It's all illegal. But notice that? Alpha. That's never a good sign. When there's an alpha, you should leave an alpha alone. Of course, she can't do that. They go on and on. Security protocol, Lima Victor Echo, voice authority, Watkins 2. No, wait, what is she? Boom. She authorizes the command lockdown. The sirens are going off, the klaxons, and you know, this is what we love. We already know what's going to kind of come out of this. It's aliens, and this is what we love about aliens. So anyway, the episode ends with one of the face huggers, you know, shooting out, and we know we're going back to the Epsilon Station. Issue number 2 picks up, and it kind of picks right up the back at Epsilon Station. The alarm's going off. There's the little girl. And here's kind of the background again. This is always they do a nice little page in here. It says, but they give a little addition towards, you know, at the end of it. But unbeknownst to Gabe, his son stole an Epsilon Station security card from his home, using it to break into Epsilon Station with an anti-YW organization, which is the Weyland-Yutani. The team led by Danny's girlfriend, Iris. They fought their way through Epsilon, but were not prepared for what they found. Anyway, Gabe's home sleeping. He winds up getting a phone call. We need to have a meeting. So what's going on? He goes, fine, you want to get real? Let's get real. Something seriously bad just happened on Epsilon. It was a personnel carrier full of anti-corporate UA extremists. He's like, well, what did they get away with? Out with? Nobody made it out. The lab was breached. Uh-oh. So we already know it was. But they go, we got security footage. Did anyone look familiar? Oh, it's his son. He goes, oh, no. No way. You doctored this. Danny would never. When's the last time you saw your son? Did you? So anyway, he's basically accusing him. He goes, you've got security. He had your security card. So he basically says, I'm going to give you one chance. You need to go up and retrieve the special stuff. You need to retrieve it. Got it? And he goes, and he's hoping that he sees his son. Anyway, he obviously accepts the mission. He's got one chance to fix this. He doesn't want to be on the wrong side of this. So he's going up. There's a couple of new guys. You know, they're new guys around him. They have no idea who he is. And they start busting his chops, thinking he's some noob who's just trying to retire. And the cool thing is here, they start doing flashbacks. So this is what's going on now. Here's 20 years earlier with the team that he's leading. Then they start going back. 20 years, what's going on now? 20 years, what's going on now? This is a cool juxtaposition as you kind of go back and forth between the two. And they were like, whoa, how big is this? He's like, what? Were you not briefed on what this run is? Yeah, I mean, there was a video brief, but we were supposed to watch it, but we figure it's just a regular bug hunt. I didn't know how big they were. Yeah, you kind of know, just from being an Alien fan, they're kind of screwed. Needless to say, they continue the search. Alien inside, we saw that from the first one. Everything is a shambles. They get into that lab. Everything is broken out. The emergency red lights are on. You can see some of them made them. And he goes, you science guys are really playing with fire, huh? No. Alpha. Notice the door is breached. It's gone. Gone? As in stolen? Or is it running around someplace? I don't know. Shit. We can't leave without the living sample we came from. The wall lockers, they hear a click, click, click. There's a girl in there. She goes, I'm not infected. Please don't kill me. Danny Cruz, where is he? I don't know. My name is Dorsey. I'm an intern. So she gives him this whole story. And then one of the face huggers leaps down. Guard your faces. He's trying to tell these guys what to be prepared for. They attack. It's a really cool battle sequence. Light it up. They shoot him. I've got it. Right, and he's like, haha, I've trapped it. And then chook, we see the infamous tail dagger go right through him. We know that silhouette, don't we, everybody? This is why we love Alien. We're not going to get a whole bunch of things that we aren't expecting, but what we do expect, they are providing in this storyline. That is a beautiful picture of a Xenomorph. Again, I mean, Salvador, this is just great stuff. Look, it ripped out of his ribs. You shouldn't have come here. None of us should have come here. So then we're going to continue on to the third one. And it picks up right where it left off. Full auto, push it back. They immediately open fire. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be all that phased, does it? Really cool. Just look at this detail. Again, that Xenomorph, look at the detail in the arms. I love the framing of the shots in this. This very much feels like I could watch this as a movie. I enjoyed the first episode. I told you that back when I did the first full review. But, this story is solid. It just keeps you intrigued. You can see what happens to the younger guy, the Xenomorph. Just check this out. This is just solid artwork. You've been here since. How did it start? He wants to know what happened. She goes, I don't know. I think it got out. Then we do it again. It talks about Weyland-Yutani gave Gabe one choice: return to the Epsilon Station, retrieve the alpha embryo before it's destroyed, or die trying. That's basically the entire mission summed up. Gabe arrived to find the lab destroyed, both Danny and the alpha missing, when suddenly the Xenomorph attacks. So they start talking to her. She's telling him what she knew happened. The other soldier's trying to give her a gun. He goes, you're not giving her shit, Hamilton. Hey, what's your problem? You two guys are co-ed. You should just go back. We needed 3 full squads for this shit. I didn't sign up for a suicide run, and neither did Landowski. And they're like, well, you're not giving her any weapons. Boom, we do another flashback, just like in the last episode. And I love the flashbacks. They open up another one in the present time. He goes, look at these guys. Highland goats, beasts of burden, company bred for off-world colonies. Oh God, they're eating their dead. So they're talking about the marks on their faces. That's not in my file. Says this is still the flashback. That's Bishop, because Bishop was on the mission with them. He goes, I don't have that information in my files, but I'll update it as soon as we get back. He goes, that's the beauty of off-world assignments. Back to current Epsilon Station. They come around the corner, and there's 2 Xenomorphs. Oh, damn, they see us. No. And they open fire. You can see the blood, the green blood flying. You can see it eating right through, hissing, because that fantastic acid that they have. This is really solid. It goes through. Mitch, are you hurt? And he's like, Gabe, my granddaughter Trudy, she's here. Their kids knew each other. He goes, hey, Mitch, your face. He goes, I saw her, Gabe. And if you notice the face, it's the exact same lines that we saw on, we'll call them space goats. And she's looking for you. Who is Mitch? Trudy? Why would she? No, not Trudy. The one in the dark. So he's referencing the Queen, which we saw back from issue number 1. Mitch, Danny, and Lucas always loved coming over here to play with Abby. I mean, it meant a lot to us. You were really kind, you and Sue, his wife. All of a sudden, he just shoots him in the back of the head. He goes, what the hell? I thought this guy was your friend. Stay away from him. Oh, and again, the artwork. The blood, you can see cracking. More cracking. Stop. You took long enough. And he's like, what? you've got trust issues. You know that? Drop the gun. And the scared intern act while you're at it. Hey, Cruz, and they start going, her name's not Dorsey. And she's like, oh my God, what are we done pretending? So she was pretending, which is great. You're Gabriel Cruz, Danny's absentee father and corporate lackey. And he goes, you're Iris Humphreys, the zealot terrorist who brainwashed my boy. I interviewed Dorsey for the internship and I saw him in that stupid coat every day. If you knew all along, why didn't you just kill me? I was hoping you'd lead me to Danny first. So that's actually really cool. He knew all along it was a trap and he was prepared for it. It's good story. But again, you can see his buddy down there. He's cracking. Mitch is going through stuff. They're continuing their conversation. She's like, you're not here for Danny. You're here for the Alpha. And you don't really care about Danny. And the soldier's like, Cruz, what's happening to him? He goes, you didn't give a shit about Danny. He's your asset. If you gave a shit about him, you'd put down your gun and help me save him. But we both know you're only here for the Alpha. And of course, takes us back to the original movie. There he is, popping through the chest. What a cool shot. Again, the artwork is fantastic. Till next time, fascist. Yep. Anyway, you can see it. He winds up capturing. He goes, stop shooting. We need it alive. Stay back. He's telling him to keep it away from his face. We get out there. Shit, he's breaking through. The Xenomorph busts through. Again, a beautiful shot busting through the door. He opens up. He knows the bullets aren't going to stop him. But all of a sudden he gets torched. He goes, wow, I didn't think we'd see you again. The beauty of off-assignment world assignments, Gabriel. And bam, there he is. There is Bishop. There's always something you don't know. So guys, that's the first three issues wrapped up nicely. I'm going to say this is an enjoyable read. The artwork is fantastic. It plays like a movie. They could actually, in my opinion, so far, make this a movie. I think it's been getting better. The story continues to evolve. It intrigued me when it started, but I'm actually really enjoying this. What I'd like everybody to do is hit the like and subscribe button, and I'd love to hear your comments below. If you're an Alien fan or not, what you like or don't like about it. I think we'd all agree, like I said, the artwork is fantastic in this. The characters are believable. They're not two-dimensional cardboard characters. The story moves around along at a very good pace. I've liked everything about it. Congrats, Marvel. You're doing something that I didn't think you would pull off, but I think you got a perfect pair doing this, writing it and drawing it. So I hope you continue with this because I hope you all like it. As a series, I'm going to give it our usual CGC rating. I'm going to give this an 8.5. This is really solid. I really want to see where this goes. I think it could go up, get just a little bit better. But it's fantastic. I really want to see where this heads. So anyway, like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook. All the descriptions and stuff are below. And I'd love to hear from you. We will talk to you all soon. Let me think what you guys think of this format. Thanks.